It's been quite a while. We were a bit busy with my obstetric and gynecology and pediatrics examinations. I'm in med school, fourth year, and so last 2 weeks, yeah, for the last couple of weeks, I've been preparing and writing those examinations, and we are done. And so finally, I can make a video, but I don't think I'm going over the trades I took during that period. Because even though I'm writing exams or preparing for an exams, I still trade because I've done it for so long. And I'm also a swing trader. It's part of the reason I actually even trade swing because I was in med school when I started learning how to trade. And the only possible time frame for me to trade in was a 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. So it influenced my trading strategy as a whole. So I was able to trade in the preparation and writing of the exam. It was not easy to do, but it was possible. We had some complications. Sometimes there was a news releasing by 1:30 on, I think, the news releasing by 1:30. I was in the exam hall from 11 to 2, 3, and I knew that I had to hedge that position, but I was inside the hall. What was I going to do? Funny enough, what happened for that particular trade and day was that I got stopped before I entered the exam hall. I checked it. I got stopped, so I knew that there would be no need to hedge. And even if I was even going wanting to hedge, I would not be able to hedge it. So I just deleted the alarms and just went at the. I initially wanted to just whatever happens, happens. But I got stopped um before I entered the hall. So yep. Okay, my equity cover. I'm currently 3% up. 3% up. Last video I made, I think I was 2.3 up, but after that we went down considerably till about 0.75 down. Then I placed a trade like Wednesday and we held that for quite a while, which turned us to be about which made a 5% profit actually. Is it here? Let me check. Made a 5% profit. 5.25. It won to how many percent are there? We want to 7% RR, yes. 7% risk reward. It was pretty impressive on NG, yeah. So I'm just only going to talk about the last trade I took on NG because it was quite an interesting trade. At least for me, it was triggered here, yes, on Wednesday. Closed it before market closed because I really didn't want to close it here. I wanted to wait for it to TP here, but I just was 3% up. Market was closing. Market's not going to go up forever. I knew that there's a possibility that market might push towards the side, but this is a very strong resistance level on the daily. I knew that I don't really want to. I'm not in the position where I should be too aggressive. Part of the reason why I closed this trade initially, there's no actual reason like strategy wise and trading wise for me to actually close this trade. The only reason I close trades are it hits my TP, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 schematic, and two consecutively opposing candles, like basically two red candles back to back. I'll probably drag the SL to the low. That's what I'll probably do instead of closing it. But that's really the only reason I'll close the trade. But there was no reason like that here. And I closed the trade still because no matter what would have happened, the trade would have not gotten me to 7%. It would have not gotten me to my target, so there will be. I didn't really see the incentive to keep the trade going, to risk the current 5.25 I've gathered for 0.75% over the weekend. It was not just very sensible thing to do. Why I also didn't close the trade was because I wanted to secure the 3% up because if I get on a good trade like this, one good trade like this, just a single good trade like this could give me that 4% RR. What I need remaining is basically like a 1 to 5 RR, which is relatively attainable. It's relatively attainable. 1 to 5 RR trade can bring me to the target. Hopefully, I can get that next week, but I'm not too sure. I hope I can get this phase 1 done as soon as possible because I also want to get phase 2 done before the end of the year, which is, I hope I really can do that because I don't want to drag this challenge to next year. I don't really want to drag it to next year at all. But I'm not going to rush. But I also made a mistake here. This was before I actually entered the trade. This schematic here. The schematic was not qualified. You placed the trade. You didn't count. Okay. You are unconsciously forcing trades. This is bad. Oh yes. This schematic was not qualified. This one here was an unqualified schematic because one, I placed this high here, and there was no third because normally it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3. That's when the schematic is established. The support and resistance line is established. This is what establishes the boundaries. 1, 2, 3. Once the boundaries are established, then we can draw the box. Once the box is drawn, if it retraces back, it has to retrace back to produce, to just, because it cannot from 3 then continue going down. That's not a boundary. It has to reverse. If it had gone back here and came back down, I would have entered here because 3 has already been done. But it went back up, it's valid. 1, it went back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, triggered, went up. Simple, like basic stuff. I think we TP'd here. We close the trade at this point. There's my firm market closed. That's all. So, because there was a week we didn't place any trades at all, there was no opportunities, no schematics, nothing. So I feel like because we had not placed a trade for a long time, we unconsciously we entered this trade actually. This trade here, we entered it, but we didn't take the loss. So when we entered the trade triggered. Then for some reason I now checked this schematic again and I was like, this schematic is not qualified because there's no 1, 2. If it's 2, 2 would have been here. And if it's here, that means that the range is too low for it to be a valid schematic. So the schematic was not valid. And if the boundaries I've established are not strong or market sensitive, they don't matter in terms of other people's perception. If they don't matter, that means that this, I'm waiting for a retracement that is not, a retracement to a level that's not there. The level would not exist. The market will not know a level is there. So the level will not exist and I will just be in limbo doing rubbish. But then again, it was a big mistake on my part, a very big mistake. I played the trade. I even entered the triggered. But I was lucky enough that I closed the trade with just a 0.15% loss. It was close. It was a 20 pip SL. Yes, 20 pip SL was very, very close. I was stopped in that same candle. So a few minutes after I would have been gone. Trade would have been a 0.75% loss on an unqualified trade. This is the kind of thing I do not like. So I was unconsciously forcing trades after a week of not placing any trades, which is a bad sign. But fortunately, managed to catch ourselves and close the trade quickly and not force any more trades, which is also a good thing. It's a low bar, but it's a good thing. So yeah, that's it. We are not forcing. We didn't force any trades after that, and we've gotten quite good at dodging losses. As time has gone by, we've really become good at, and we've also become good at milking our profits. Milking our profitable trades. We've gotten good at reducing the losses. We are now getting better at maximizing the wins, which is harder than I thought it would be, because it's a very obvious thing. It's always said everywhere, maximize your wins, minimize your losses, but I've never just come around to maximizing the wins. I've been focusing mainly on reducing losses, loss aversion, and yeah. That has brought me some form of discipline and development, but it was not. Maximizing the wins brings a complete picture and introduces more profitability. I think I closed the month of October with 1% up. It's low, but this November I'm hoping to close it with something more than 3.5. It's necessary. I hope it goes better. Maximizing my wins introduces substantial improvements to my normal return on investment. My normal return on investment ranges from around like 3 to 4% monthly. If that can increase based on improved strategy, that would be proof that this works, this is better. Continue doing it. I would really like to expect that to happen. And this trade was a trade that I really hope that triggered on AU. If this trade that triggered, I would have been done. There's also a 1 to 7. Okay, this closed. If I close it here, a 1 to 6 RR, I would have been done. Bye. Done for the. I would have passed phase 1 with this trade, but it did not trigger. Sadly, it did not trigger. Really bad in trigger, but well, another trade is coming. Patience. There's no time deadline, so that's good. That's about it for the video. I should be posting the next couple of weeks videos quite consistently because I don't have any exams coming up soon. So that's about it. Sayonara.